glad you're up and about, recruit. I'm in need of a scout to head to Shattered Shoals. Most of our fleet foundered to the west, but we've had few survivors trickle in from that direction. We captured a sea viper spying on the camp. Those pirates never travel alone. Find out if they're around Shattered Shoals, and if so, what they're doing on this island. Of course you should. Before you head to Shattered Shoals, speak with Eelsil. He just returned from exploring a nearby temple. That wizard claims to know something about everything, so he may have insight on how these sea vipers operate.
Eelsil is this way.
I've little time for talk.
Eelsil, this recruit wishes to speak with you.
Marvelous, isn't it? We'll have to construct a special room for the Morning Stone when we bring it back to the Mages Guild. I'm sorry, did you need something? Yes. The Temple of the Morning Springs is an old Khajiit ruin not far from here. We excavated the Morning Stone from one of the chambers. As you can see, its supply of water appears endless. What do you mean, pirates? In an ancient Khajiit temple? Preposterous! All we saw were the undead warriors that overran our camp. I have no idea. Actually, I have 12 ideas, but they're far less fascinating than the Morning Stone. Probably some sort of ancient curse. It usually is with these things. Arrogant sea elf pirates. To my recollection, they aren't known to raid Kanathi's roost. Oh, and they have a thing for snakes. But I'm sure we both have more important matters to attend. If you'd excuse me?
We should speak privately. Before you depart, let's meet by the statues north of camp. There, you see? You fit in and no one will stop you from walking away. But as this one said, there are opportunities here for people that fall from the sky. Eelsil is most impressed with his newest bauble. But the undead are a threat to all of Kanathi's roost. If you want to, you could search the Temple of the Morning Springs, determine how to contain the dead there. Then the locals should see we came here as allies, not conquerors. Karaneth told you how the hurricane dashed the fleet into Kanathi's roost. Now the sea vipers are picking at the bones of our ships. Strange, yes? You could scout the coast, as the commander said. Prove yourself to the soldiers. Oh, there's far less glamorous work to be done in Mistral, at the northern end of the island. Let's meet up there, after you've done what you decide to do. Until then, bright moons guide your steps.
Strange winds blow lately. The air's full of salt and sorrow.
I wish I was off adventuring.
Keep breathing.
Don't worry. Shalar will attend you in a moment.
I don't care to sail through corpses, but if I dock at Mistral, they'll inspect my cargo. Which is all legitimate, I assure you. Where do you need to go? I can take you to Vulkelgard in Oridon. I have many things to sell to the High Elves. All of...
There you are. Do not panic. Only you can see me. Come, we have to talk. There you are, Vestige. We must speak at once. Listen well. I have located a safe harbor from which we might plan our course of action. You must meet me there. I awoke upon a sandy shore, a stretch of beach, outside a bustling city of elves, Vulkelgard. The harborage is in a seaside cave outside the city. It is there that you will find me.
The sea calls to this one. Feel the call of Joan and Jode.
The inspector checked my cargo already. There were no problems.
Mother says working with your hands is for Bosma. Stuff that. Anything worth doing is worth doing yourself. So much to do, so much to do. Excuse me, please. Can't let her down.
Yes? I don't recognize you. Please go. My wines are available only by appointment.
So many visitors, so little time. Fair day, visitor. I'm Astanya, watch captain. I'll need you to state your name for the record. I'll just write that down. By order of the 1st Oridon Marines, your presence in Vulkelgard has been registered. Do your best to stay out of trouble and out of the way. Fare you well. Help? No. I don't think so. Actually, my guardsmen are all tied up right now. If you're up to it, perhaps you could look into some things for me. Good. I want you to speak with 2 members of the Queen's Court, Advisor Norian and Steward Aminway. They await assistance from the guard, hands I can't spare just now. Who do you want to speak to first? I see you prioritize well. You'll find him at a warehouse west of here. Be sure to tell him that I sent you. Once you've... Well, what are you waiting for? You hit your head recently? The Queen leads the Old Mary Dominion. She had some kind of wild time away from court a few years back, but now she's returned to reclaim her birthright, lead the Alliance. Off gallivanting across Tamriel? Who knows? Who cares? I wish I could just quit my job, then come back to it when I get bored. Probably talking up the unity of the Dominion. Not all of us are fans of being united with our feral little cousins and furry friends. Queen Irene's personal guard. They're led by Battle Reeve Urselmo, one of the most decorated warriors in the Dominion. No, I'm captain of the city guards here. The Marines are the right arm of the Queen. My duty is to the city.
All of the battleground games involve combat. My wares can set you apart from your competitors.
Welcome. You stand amidst the Circle of Champions, a guild formed to test the greatest fighters of the realm in games of skill. Do you have what it takes? Of course. Now, we may have many games available. Which challenge would you like to know about? Team Deathmatch has always been popular. All that ceaseless bloodshed really gets the heart pumping. Just go into the field and attack as many players as possible. The more hits you get in, the more points your team scores. Anyone can claim a capture point, but it's a true test of skill to master domination. Seize and protect as many capture points as you can. The team with the most territory in the end wins. In this game, you must dominate your rivals or be dominated. Ever the curious one, eh? Good. Knowledge can be key to a decisive victory. What other challenge would you care for me to explain? Chaos Ball sounds simple. You grab the ball and hold on to it for as long as you can. The longer you last, the more points you earn. It gets a bit more complicated when you're also running for your life, dodging swords and spells from the other team. Ah, one of my personal favorites. Unlike our other games where you must stand fast, Crazy King gets the blood really flowing. In this game, the capture point keeps moving. Keep your feet quick and your shields up. Difficult to win when you're dead.
Traveler, a moment of your time. Honor and faith, Wayfarer. Blade Master Kasura awaits you at the Vokalgard Manor in the city of Vokalgard. She requests you join her there at once. I do not have all the details, but I believe it has something to do with a Dragon Guard tomb. A former student seeks a solution to the threat facing elsewhere among the remains of that ancient order, and Kasura agreed to assist him. Dragons. The terrible beasts have returned to ravage the land of the Khajiit. But it won't be long before they endanger all of Tamriel. Blade Master Kasura sent me to find help. I found you. Honor and faith, Waif. I do not have dragons. Blade Master Kasura awaits, Wayfarer. Divines walk with you. Kasura teaches the ways of the ancient Yokudan sword saints at the Abbey of Blades. Under her guidance, I hope to one day earn the rank of Blade Master. Blade Master Kasura can tell you more. I am not privy to enough details to speak on her behalf.
I'm busy here. Away with you. In that case, you'll do nicely. My servant followed a burglar to this warehouse. The ignorant knave stole a set of marine deployment plans for the Queen's upcoming speech. Well, I'm sure I wouldn't know. I'm no burglar. In any case, we can't let those plans escape. They could be used to bypass the Queen's security, and we wouldn't want that.
Please, I did just as you asked. Yes, you did.
Well, did you find the plans? Oh, a pity. Keep the plans. You can give them to the captain next time you see her. In the meantime, I must attend to the Queen. Some kind of criminal feud, I'm sure. Now then, if you have some other task, you should be about it. Do I look like a steward's assistant? Do you take me for a commoner? No. But yes, I happen to know where she is. East Warehouse, just north of the docks. You can go now.
Steed and thief, where are they?
What do you want? Wait, never mind. I don't want to know. I'm not taking on any fares today. You're damned right there's something wrong. I needed to sail for Velen Harbor hours ago. I've got cargo still to load, and crew members deep in their cups around town. I'd let the guard have the lot of them if I could afford it. There's coin in it for you if you do. Let's see. Tanamo favors the tavern. Anala spars at the Fighters Guild, and Balathil was visiting the market. Don't know where De Gale's gotten to. One of the others may know where she is.
Water looks different in every harbor. Lovely.
fresh flavors, exotic spices, a queen's bounty of flavor for the discerning cook. Come, have a look. Of course, we provisioners practice the art of cooking and brewing. Good food requires the best ingredients. We gather fresh meat and produce from crates, barrows, and the like. If we're lucky, we'll also find recipes in chests, trunks, and desks. Once we've copied the recipe down and acquired the necessary ingredients, that's when the real fun begins. Cooking pots and rotisseries can be found all over. You only need to find one, select a recipe, and then indulge in the simple joy of cooking. Ah, don't forget drink. Hearty meals will fill your belly, increasing your general well-being, both body and soul. Strong drink can stimulate the humors, allowing you to recover more quickly. If you're lucky, you might find a recipe that does both.
Yes?
I'm sorry, I can't help you right now. I'm very... Oh! All right, then. What was it? Right, the supplies. 2 of my cooks took deathly ill right in the middle of preparing the Queen's feast. I suspect sabotage. I want to be sure all of our food supplies are safe. I'm not upset. Not at all. I'll examine the supplies in here. You go to the warehouse next door, make sure everything is fresh, and there's nothing out of place.
Hold it right there.
Did you find anything? Thank the stars! You found the problem. Hold on to that. The captain will want to see it. A uniform? Must have been a cut purse. They're always hanging around the docks waiting to steal away with some cargo. Be careful around here.
Our next run, I'm going to volunteer for the Crow's Nest. Oh, nothing.
I lost it somewhere, along with my dignity.
Sometimes this one like...
I don't stink of fish. I'm surrounded by a delicious bouquet.
You seem suspiciously...
Mother says working with your...
Tell me what you found. Good, good. Look, I hate to rush you, but I have another task for you. One of my men, Heldil, has cornered a thug nearby. We need to talk to this lowborn scum. We've no time for this. He's involved in a plot against the Queen, that's all I can say. We need someone like you to get to him. He refuses to speak with a member of the Guard. Just hold it for the moment. Heldil is just up the stairs here, house on the right. Get going. Remember, the Queen's service.
Can you believe it? Dragons in your own homeland. What are you going to do?
This one does not know, but he hopes his family is safe in Rivendell.
Kindly step back. We have a help from the captain. Excellent. Inside, we've cornered a dangerous Mer. He's wanted by the Crown, has valuable information, and threatens to kill himself every time we approach the door. I need him alive. Just get in there and get him talking. Don't listen to what he says. He's half crazed. You get him talking, we move in behind you. Got it?
Get back! One step closer, and I'll cut my throat! Why should I trust you? Fine. Fine. Just don't try anything. Get in here.
You're no guard. Thank the stars. Quickly, we don't have much time. They're coming. I know you're just a distraction. Listen closely. Captain Estania is corrupt. She's a member of a group called the Veiled Heritants. Veiled Heritants. They're planning an assassination attempt on the Queen at the temple. They bribed members of her staff to get the speech moved here, where they can have the captain in their pocket. No. Only what I've seen and heard. Please, you must warn the Queen. She's in grave danger, and the guards here. Oh no.
Good work, citizen.
Traitors. Scum.
Shut your mouth. You're under arrest.
I live only to serve the Queen.
Sure you do. Baritale?
With pleasure.
Good work. Don't worry. He'll receive a fair trial. The captain is always very even-handed in her pronouncements. Good call. We'll see that this man is taken to a cell. With respect, of course. I have to admit I'm impressed. Cool like the scales of Auriel you are. Good luck with the captain. She sent word. She's moved to protect the Queen. That'll be at the Manor House. Stars guide your steps now.
You there. How would you like to do something worthwhile? You look capable. I could use some help. If you aren't afraid of a ruthless, dastardly scoundrel. Let me start again. I represent Cyrodiilic Collections, a society dedicated to finding, retrieving, and restoring lost treasures of the Argonians. Our society consists of my sister, myself, and a few associates. We've been preparing an expedition to return the antiquities we've recovered to Murkmire, deep in the heart of Black Marsh. Unfortunately, our competition has become aggressive. One and the same, Margus Darius. He's a looter of history who cares only about profit. He was a member of our society until he stole our research and disappeared. I need you to infiltrate the nearby Outlaws' refuge and find out what Margus is up to. While I've never visited an Outlaws' refuge myself, I have it on good authority that all manner of ne'er-do-wells frequent such places. Scoundrels, black marketeers, and smugglers of ill repute. Just the sort of company that Margus keeps. Talk to a few more connected rapscallions that conduct business down there. I know a few of them by reputation. Look for Grathal, an information broker. Urzashi, an antiquities black marketeer. And Ashundir, a historic treasure smuggler. Margus originally approached us as a friend and benefactor. I honestly thought he wanted to help return the lost Argonian treasures to their rightful owners. He worked with us for a time, but it wasn't long before he revealed his true colors. Margus wants the antiquities for himself. This competition has taken a violent turn. He has a brutal temper and some skill at spellcasting. Makes me fearful for my associates. Anyway, I think Margus is especially interested in pre-Duskfall relics. Duskfall refers to the slow decline of the great Zoxlil civilization. Ages ago, the Argonians built pyramids called Zonmirs, and were much more advanced. Most of our research deals with the more dangerous relics of that period. No, not specifically. But even a hammer can be used for good or ill. Margus seeks one of the pre-Duskfall relics, I'm sure of it. I just need to figure out which one before something terrible occurs. With your help, we can avert a disaster. I may be new to the Argonian antiquities trade, but Margus and his cronies know me all too well. They'd turn me away or stick a dagger in my back before the door closes behind me. I need someone without any ties to Cyrodiilic Collections for this. I have other agents that need to be supervised and coordinated. Marcus has already beaten us to a few choice antiquities. I need to make sure that trend doesn't continue. I also have a few leads of my own to follow up on. I'll see you back here. We're historic investigators. We research and seek out antiquities stolen from the Argonian homeland. When we find them, we return them to Black Marsh. Well, that's the plan. We have a few more items to collect before we make our first journey. Certainly the most important ones. We do need to raise enough gold to finance our operations, though. We'll hold on to a few items to eventually open a museum in Black Marsh. A place where these cultural treasures can be enjoyed by everyone. My sister Famia became fascinated with Argonian history during our time at the university. When she returned home, her stories intrigued me, and I became interested in the topic as well. I can't wait to join her in Murkmire. As soon as we recover the last of the Argonian antiquities on my list, we'll organize an expedition to that region of Black Marsh. My sister's gone on ahead to set up a base camp and smooth the way with the locals. We plan to return most items to their rightful owners. We chose Murkmire, since our research suggests the majority of the items on our list originate there. Finding the rightful owners may require additional expeditions in the area, though.
my errand runner. So good to see you again. Stop right there. On my authority as captain, you're under arrest, under suspicion of conspiracy to regicide. What's that in your pack? Deployment plans for the Marines at the temple. And do I smell the taint of poison on the air? These are the tools of an assassin. It's no use arguing, scum. Not another word out of you.
Ah, Razumdar's new friend is awake. How do you feel, new friend? It is as this one said. Razumdar is your new friend. But then, this one's friends call him Raz. You may have noticed your last new friend, Phaezion. He lies dead on the ground behind you. The captain happened. Phaezion and Raz worked together as agents of the Queen. Phaezion was not willing to give up secrets, and so now Phaezion is dead. Raz needs a partner now, so yes, you will soon be free, for a price. You must warn the Queen and her battle reeve. The captain will attempt to murder the Queen at the temple. You must get past the captain's men. Seek out another of Our Lady's agents, Eshaba. She stands watch in the marketplace, peddling her wares. Ask her for a souvenir of the First Marines, and she will set you on your path. Now, out of here. Save the Queen. You have questions, new friend? You have this one's apologies. He was looking for Phaezion. It is a happy accident for us both that you could be saved. You escaped the cell, and Razumdar's new plan to warn the Queen moves forward. It is somewhat embarrassing, but this one's face is known to some of the royal court. If Razumdar were to approach, they would know something is amiss. You, a new face in a Marine's uniform, they would suspect nothing. Is there anything else this one can convey? Yes, as did Phaezion. He told you true. We are the eyes of the Queen. We are few, and we stick to the shadows. But we have the honor of being the Queen's most trusted agents. The Battle Reeve is fiercely loyal. He believes his Marines are immune to manipulation, like newly forged steel blades. But Razumdar knows better than most how quickly stains can set in. They don't think we need the Dominion to survive. They think the Queen is making a mistake, elevating the Bosmer and Khajiit to be equals with the High Elves. Racists, isolationists, and general idiots.
dragons in your own homeland.
This one does not know, but he hopes his family is safe in Riverwood.
If you have a letter from the Forge Mother, then you've come to the right place. And we don't even care that you're one of those Khajiit-loving, Bosmer-liking, preening like a high elf, card-carrying members of the Aldmeri Dominion. No offense.
Excuse me, please. I have a message for you. If I may be so bold, you match the description I was given. I have a message to deliver to you, if that's all right. An old wizard hired me. Called himself Abner Tharn and claimed to be a battle mage in service to Emperor Varen Aquilarius, if you can imagine such a thing. He was quite insistent I find you and deliver his words exactly as he relayed them to me. Forgive me, but I can't duplicate his imperious inflections.
The great Abner Tharn requires your assistance. With it, we can end the Three Banners War. Report to me immediately, if not sooner.
He asked me to mark his location on your map.
One more, and another after that.
You're here to work metal, yeah? Check my wares before you get your hands dirty. You'll find something. We put hammer to anvil to forge armor and weapons. This requires a lot of metal. We scour hills and caves looking for rare ores to work. Raw materials will only take you so far. You need style books and special ingredients for more advanced work. You bet. A true blacksmith can read the metal to determine its potential. During the forging process, we can choose a trait that best fits the item, provided we've done our research. Additional sharpening, extra weight, these are just examples. Well, the piece can be augmented even more through the use of tempers. These elements can enhance the value and quality of your work. Of course, no worthwhile endeavor comes without risk. Trying to improve an item can result in breaks, so be careful.
Esheba has just about anything you could want. So, is that so? Don't be shy. What do you need? Is that so? Ah, yes. Esheba has that. The perfect thing to suit your needs. But are you certain? This souvenir comes with certain expectations. A wise purchase, then. Very beneficial. Please take it from the chest here, just behind me. If you see our mutual friend again, be sure to give him this one's best. Esheba.
Explain yourself. What are you doing here? Razumdar. Yes, I know the name. You haven't answered my question, though. We've taken every precaution. The whole area is locked down. Watch Captain Estonia assured me. The guard, Captain? Absurd.
A moment, Anselmo. I would hear what this one has to say.
Queen Irene, I fear for your safety. Please disregard what was said,
Razumdar was mentioned. He acts on my behalf. If you won't investigate, I will.
Apologies, my queen. As you will. You are a capable woman. But you must be wary. You, come with me. We'll investigate the temple together.
Believe me, I meant what I said. I'd happily go in there myself. But in this dress? And the nobles here would probably lose their minds. Please, friend. I'd see it as a personal favor if you would investigate with the Battle Reeve.
Mara, be merciful. What's happened here?
I'm sorry. I was wrong. I tried to stop them. Watch out. On the balcony. It's Estania. It's a trap.
Anselmo. I see you've met my latest toy.
Estonia? Traitor. Come down here and face me.
Our queen has betrayed us. I wanted her head. I'll settle for yours. Kill them.
So be it, Estania.
It's not over yet, Battle Reeve. The Dominion won't last. The Veiled Heritance will see to that.
The Dominion will last long after your corpse cools. Now come down here and face your death.
I'll have to take care of you myself.
Report back to the Queen. Let's get out of here.
Well, what did my protectors find? Astanya, I can't believe it. No doubt Anselmo will triple his watch. She truly was an agent of the Veiled Heritance.
Betrayal. She turns against her people after years of service, and she spoke of my betrayal? She obviously could not be trusted. But you have proven your worth.
The Marines are blunt instruments. A queen must have a lighter touch. You've met Razumdar, first in the eyes of the Queen. Would you join him? Become an elite agent for the good of the Dominion? Excellent. By what power I hold, I name you an agent in my employ. You are now an Eye of the Queen, bonded to my service. Now to look to larger things. I must cement my position and continue my tour of the Isle. I must make for the ancient site known as Tanzania. Normally, a new monarch communes quietly with the dead. We're supposed to show willingness to heed the wisdom of our ancestors. As you saw today, my reign so far has been anything but normal. I worry there will be complications, and the presence of my newest eye would assuage that worry.
Make your way to Tanzelwil at your own pace. Seek out my entourage when you arrive. They'll be able to direct you to me.
And good luck to us both on the road. As you wish. I'm not sure I know much more than you at this point. I wish I could say yes. Astanya got closer than anyone else has. Subverting a watch captain. I can't believe they'd be so bold. Oh, thank Oriel. Someone who's not too blinded by my crown to ask a real question. Apologies. Of course I'd be happy to chat. What would you like to know? To be blunt, the Altmer are too few. Together with the Wood Elves and Khajiit, we have the iron will, the strength of arms, and the depth of character to solve the problems facing Tamriel. I do. I spent years traveling the face of Nirn. The alliance we've forged is the strongest in the world. I spent months working with the Main and the Tree Thanes to create this dominion of ours. I'm very proud of it. No, Raz and I met while I was traveling many years ago. We met in Wayrest. Or was it Whiterun? Something with a W. The story's a long one and involves a drunken schoolmarm and a purple velvet dress. As you wish. I'm not sure I know much more than you at this point. An end to the Dominion. They want me to step down, to appoint their own regent, for everyone not of high elven descent to leave the Somerset Isles. The list goes on and on. They're racists, high elven supremacists with no understanding of the real world. Short-sighted misanthropes with delusions of grandeur. Bastard throwbacks that should crawl back beneath their rock. Oh, thank Oriel. Someone who's not too blinded by my crown to ask a real question. Apologies. Of course I'd be happy to chat. Huh? Have you heard some of the rumors? My exploits have been greatly exaggerated, I can assure you. Except the story about the bear. That one's true. As you wish. I'm not sure I know much more than you at this point.
Hear now the lesson of the divine body.
You're here to work metal, yeah? Check my ware.
I don't recall seeing you around.
call that bag adequate? I don't call that adequate. Here, let me sell you something before we both get embarrassed. You call that bag adequate? I don't call that adequate. Here, let me sell you something before we both get embarrassed.
We just got in a shipment of steins from the Woodhearth. Primitive art is so in fashion these days.
So, you're the one that saved the Queen, eh? You don't look that special.
Hey, get you something? A room? Maybe a drink? Sure, friend. I've lived here all my life. What are you interested in? I have just the place. Matissan, just south of Skywatch. Sleepy little forge town with the best steel in the Old Mary Dominion. Just remember, pointy end towards the other guy. Lot of good places for that in Oregon. I wager you'd like Esduin, though. Ancient ruin in the middle of the island. I think I heard the artificer himself is leading a research team there. You've never heard of Tellinger? He's a national treasure. An archmage, a living connection to the past. I hear he has quite the shop set up in Skywatch. Oredon's the place for that, my friend. Just head east out of town. The beaches along the coast are some of the most beautiful and serene places you'll find in all Tamriel.
From chastising Nern, then clockwork whispered.
I bring an urgent message from Rhea Opacarius, Chief Oracle of the Twilight Queen Azura. Best discuss that with Rhea. Too many eyes and ears here. She awaits you in the Cloudy Dregs Inn in Wayrest.
Do I know you? Who? I don't know any Captain Fairies. And I sure don't know anything about a goat. Leave me be. Oh, the Captain. The Scourge of the Sun. Destroyer of happiness and joy. Fine, fine. I'll be on my way.
This work never ends.
You're going into battle wearing that? Huh. I know we can do better.
Mara's heart. Your gear has seen wear. Perhaps a new helm? Come, do your trading here. Tell me you're here to buy. Stars know we've got the goods.
What is it? My gut's still roiling. Damn the sea and that captain. Ah, yes. No. No, I don't think so. Once was enough for me. These legs were made for the land, and that's where they'll stay. Oh, seasickness. My guts are over there in the corner if you want to examine the aftermath. Me? I'll be huddled here on this bed for a good long time. I never should have left.
Buying, selling, trading.
Yes, speak and make it quick. This one is short on time. Of course she does. This one can read the skies as well as the captain, but Anala will be staying right here. For now, at least. There are rumors of Maormer about. Anala will have none of it. This one stays in the safety of the guard until the coast is clear, especially after what happened to the Gale. The Gale didn't believe the rumors. She went for a walk along the southwest shore and never returned. You are so much braver than Anala. You should look for the Gale. Yes, look for the Gale. Anala will remain here. This one can't afford to be caught up.
Next time I'm in the field, I think I'll bring a great warhammer. Or two.
Just one more, and another after that.
At this point, some of them will just get clapped in irons when they get...
In the mood for a little trip? I can take you to Vardenfell. Ports of call include Saint-Denis and Vivec City. In the mood for a little trip? I can take you to Vardenfell. Ports of call include Saint-Denis and Vivec City. Of course, there's no better place to tour than the Jewel of Vardenfell, home to one of our living gods.
We're just about ready to set sail. I don't know about you, but the moonlit is looking a little too close for comfort these days. I was planning on sailing to Sadrith Mora next, but I don't mind taking you to an Alliance capital. Trade is always good in the capitals. I don't like the way the mountain rumbles these. We're headed to Sadrith Mora if that's where you'd like to go. Just decide quick. By the three. I've never... We're headed to Sadrith Mora, if that's where you'd like to go. Just decide quick. I want to say...
Need to travel around the Vardenfell coast? Then you're in luck, because I'm the best captain with the fastest ship and the bravest crew.
I'm glad that this town sprung up around Tel Naga. It allows me to study some interesting things.
Yes, the isolation of the island had made for many hours of uninterrupted study.
If only there weren't so many outlanders wandering our streets.
Ah, it warms my scales to see you once more, my friend. I wish I could thank you for my freedom, but as you can see, it was short-lived. I see you still wear no shackles. Will you aid me once more? I know someone who needs help. In truth, you would be helping many Saxhleel, myself included. During my latest escape attempt, I met an amber beauty with eyes like summer rain. Her Lukial name is Sun in Shadow, but I call her my heart. She hatches a plan to set us free. Seek her out in Tel Naga. If I know my heart, she will be sunning herself in the light of some book. Always reading that one, always learning. If all goes to plan, she will read her books beside me in the boughs of a hist. Soon, I hope. Walk with Sithis, my friend, and mind the Telvanni. They spin lies like an elder at the yarn wheel. I ventured too far from the hist and did not heed the bird signs. Dark elf slavers spine-hooked me near Thorn. I escaped 4 times, but never for long. Eventually the Telvanni bought me, at a discount I am told. I take pride in that at least. Laws are slippery things. The Ebonheart Pact outlawed Argonian slavery, but House Telvanni refused to join the pact. In truth, I cannot imagine how they would live without slaves. The Magisters are like overstuffed crocodiles, dangerous, but lazy. I thank you for your offer, but I tire of breaking free only to be recaptured a day later. Sun in Shadow's plan will earn us a lasting freedom. If you help her, you help me. Mages mostly. Members of the so-called Great House Telvanni. One of the 4 great houses of the Dark Elves. They love using that word, great. Great at ruining lives, perhaps. Yes, and Khajiit also. You see, for a Telvanni, life is nothing but a cheap struggle for mastery and control. Mastery of their dry-skinned magics, control of their mushroom towers, and dominion over people. People like us.
My ship's if the place has a port and a dock, I can take you there. Where do you want to go? Pirates? If the place has a port and a dock, I can take you there.
What do you want?
Buying, selling, trades of all kinds.
Oh, dear Tywin, how I long to see you smile.
What?
Smuggling? Who said anything about smuggling? Alliance territory? Why would you want to travel to one of those places? Never mind. I don't...
Ah, love. How cruel the fates that keep me from my heart's desire and force me to lock away my true feelings. Chains bind my heart, yet it yearns to beat free. Oh, what does an outlander know about the complexities of Dunmerry love? But you're only trying to help, and maybe I do need a simpler perspective. How does an outlander convince an overbearing mother that the object of their affection is worthy? Of course not. Tywin is a slave. My mother's slave. I tried to buy her freedom. But Mother laughed at the mere suggestion that I'd be allowed to sully our reputation with a noir bride. Perhaps an out... I don't expect you to pay, obviously. It's just that Mother might reveal what it would take for her to release Tywin if it was anyone but me asking. Knowing that might give me some idea of how to free my love. It couldn't hurt to ask, could it? Tell her you've heard Tywin excels at finding Red Star shells. Telvanni wizards prize them, and they're very rare. Most of the locals know that Tywin is the best at finding them. Mother loves to gloat. I couldn't bear gazing upon Tywin since Mother rebuked me, but now I can't wait to see her lovely face again. I'll be down at the swamp where she hunts shells. Come find me once you've finished dealing with Mother. She'll be at our tower.
Need to travel around the Vardenfell coast? Then you're in luck, because I'm the best captain with the fastest ship, and if the place has a port and a dock, I can take...
Praise Vivek!
This is the person who helped me at the tomb, my lord.
Lord Vivek, we don't need the help of this outlander.
Oh, hush, Archcanon Tarvis. Outlanders have their usefulness, and this one intrigues me.
As you say. I'll be in my office if you need me.
Step forward, friend of Levoul, and let us speak. Canon Levoul says you helped him in his mission. As I have written, the one who helps my ally becomes my friend. Despite the Archcanon's concerns, I greet you with sincerity and pose a simple question. Will you assist us further, Outlander? I have ordinators and armigers at my disposal. Vast armies of followers and dedicated priests. What I don't have, however, is a fresh perspective. Will you set aside your personal goals for a time and become the eyes and ears of a god? Good. I need assistance to investigate a strange phenomenon that the Ancestor confirmed may indeed be a problem. We'll start with a simple divination ritual. Archcanon Tarvis can tell you what we need to delve into this mystery. The situation that troubles me has taken a toll on my Archcanon, but he's a faithful servant. Tarvis will do as I say, and I say we need your assistance. Find the Archcanon in his office, and he'll tell you how to proceed. The Daedric Prince? I suppose the same events that concern me might interest Azura, though she could just as easily be the source of these troubles. Red Mountain, strange Daedra, and then there's... well, we'll talk more about that when you return. The situation that troubles me has taken a toll on my Archcanon, but he's a faithful servant. Tarvis will do as I say, and I say we need your assistance. Find the Archcanon in... Levoul's ancestor assured me that a source of power remains safe. As for the rest, let the guess ripen in the mind, and only speak when the fruit grows certain. I require more information on these matters, hence the need for the divination ritual. The situation that troubles me has taken a toll on my Archcanon.
Ah, Outlander. Lord Vivek trusts too much to put his faith in one such as you, but who am I to question my god? I suppose he sent you to me so I could put you to work? Did he say which task he wants us to accomplish first? Ah, yes. We do need to perform a ritual to reveal the nature of the phenomenon that vexes Lord Vivek. Now listen closely. I hate to repeat myself. Despite my objections, Vivek believes you were sent to help, so I'll do my best to assist you. Go to the ziggurat that's still under construction and tell the Overseer that Lord Vivek requires the Blessing Stone. Then bring it to me in the palace. You receive a simple errand in the service of Lord Vivek, and countless questions form unbidden in your mind. Very well. Go ahead. Ask your... Ah, the ignorance of Outlanders. How refreshing. The Blessing Stones serve as repositories for small amounts of Lord Vivek's power. They allow his favor to permeate sanctified locations. We need such a stone to power the divination ritual. If you haven't guessed yet, the phenomenon interferes with Lord Vivek's power in unusual ways. It will be safer for everyone if I perform the ritual by using the Blessing Stone instead of drawing on my Lord's personal store of energy. Even if I told you, you wouldn't comprehend it. Lord Vivek's senses eclipse those of mere mortals. Suffice it to say, he feels a disturbance in the flow of energy throughout Vardenfell. He seeks to discover the source of that disturbance. Lord Vivek sees signs and portents everywhere. It's the poet at his core. I tend to be much more pragmatic. Sometimes a volcano is simply a volcano, and not a harbinger of doom. As for the Daedra, I have no idea. Perhaps the summoning got out of hand. Offend me? You give yourself too much credit. No, I feel the same about all Outlanders. This is tribunal business, best handled by tribunal resources. However, I also obey my Lord Vivek, so I will tolerate your involvement and do my best to aid you.
This project has been nothing but one disaster after another. How am I expected to get this ziggurat built on time when things constantly go wrong? Don't mind me. I'm just having one of those days. Our Blessing Stone? Do you know what happens if we give up our Blessing Stone? Well, neither do I. But I'm sure it won't put us back on schedule or end our string of disasters. I'm not one to disagree with the Archcanon, but that's a terrible idea. Lord Vivek? Well, why didn't you say so? But I'll need your help before I can turn over the Blessing Stone. The passage that leads to the consecration chamber collapsed, trapping some of my workers. If you can clear the way, you can borrow the stone. I appreciate the help. Just remember that you're only borrowing the stone. It needs to be back in the consecration chamber before the next shift, or we'll never get this ziggurat constructed in time.
Thank you.
I'll go tell the Overseer what you did for me.
I thought I was gonna die under there. Oh, thanks for saving me.
Death would be a relief.
I hope to be done here soon. Praise Vivek!
The Outlander returns. I understand there was trouble at the construction site, but you were able to save a few of the workers. Lord Vivek always draws the straightest arrow from the quiver. Praise the tribunal. Did you bring the blessing stone? Stand over there. In Canon Level's absence, you will form the third corner of our ritual triangle. When you're ready, place the blessing stone, and we'll begin. Hear the words of the warrior poet, and reveal the source of Lord Vivek's distress. An Ashlander? A clockwork mage? A Daedric cultist? Something interfered with the ritual, my lord. But we may have learned something. Excuse me while I compare the results to our previous research.
Between the cryptic warnings of the ancestor spirit and the unexpected result of the divination ritual, I fear there may be more astir than I imagined. We solved the greatest mysteries by accident, I suspect. I should write that down. We learn from every action we take. Failure or success, Each result teaches us something, at least in the larger sense. To be more specific, no, not as much as I hoped. Images that suggest avenues to investigate, riddles to solve. Let me tell you a secret, Outlander. It concerns a living god, an energy that fades like daylight as dusk spreads across the land. Listen well, and speak not a word. My divine energy, it drains away. Whether from illness or foul malady, I know not. You must travel the land and seek answers on my behalf. But first, gratitude before service, as I have written. So thank you. The ritual confirmed my worst fears. Divine energy flows out of me for no reason that I can discern. I felt the power imbued within my blessing stone get wrenched away as soon as you added it to the ritual. I couldn't stop it. To quote my own words as the warrior poet, no lock exists that the determined thief cannot open. Follow the trail of my missing energy, and try to discover the identity of the enemy Lavul's ancestor warned us about. Something drains my energy. Find Archcanon Tarvis in his office, and ask if he gleaned anything useful from the ritual. If not, I know his earlier research indicated new avenues to investigate. Go where he tells you, and learn what you can. My divine energy diminishes with every passing moment, but the ritual confirmed my affliction is not natural. I regret that I could not reveal the full nature of these dire circumstances until your trustworthiness had been demonstrated. Yes. While Archcanon Tarvis has always been cautious about ideas and ideologies that didn't originate within the Tribunal, and recently, that prudence has grown 1,000-fold. He's a faithful servant, however, despite his narrow-mindedness. They always chide me about my flagrant displays of divinity, but so far, I am the only one of the living gods whose power is fading. Almalexia hoards her energy and has barricaded her temple against attack. As for Sotha Seal, my brother travels. We have not heard from him for quite some time, but I sense that he remains safe and in possession of his full power. Funny. You always wanted to discover the limits of our divinity. Perhaps I will solve that mystery for him. I've always used my power freely and without detriment. I create the blessing stones, hold the moonlit above the city, and perform 100 miracles a day to benefit my people. I begin to feel the toll this liberal application of divinity costs me. I care little for my own safety, but my people are another matter. Without my power to stop it, the moonlit will crash into the city and kill hundreds, perhaps thousands of innocents. And that would be just the start of Vardenfell's woes. At first, I barely noticed the loss of energy. But as I continue to grow weaker, the more it feels like an attack against my person. Besides, the Ancestor Spirit confirmed that an ancient enemy was to blame. We just need to determine who, before... Let us not dwell on disasters to come when we have problems enough to deal with in the here and now. Consult with Archcanon Tarvis and discover the source of this attack. Then we can put an end to it and not worry about what might have been.
I performed that ritual countless times, and it never exploded in my face before. If I discover that you sabotaged the divination... No. I shouldn't take my failure out on you. It's not your fault that things are difficult. How do you know about... Lord Vivec told you? Of course he did. It's his prerogative, I suppose. You must swear to keep this secret, though. There would be panic in the streets if the people believed one of the tribunal was incapacitated. It's true. I'm much better at scholarly pursuits than field work. And the ritual wasn't a total failure. It confirmed 3 locations from my earlier studies. Bolmera, Aldrin, and Berelzar's tower. I need you to investigate each of these sites. I researched what I could using the resources available here in Vivec City. To learn more, I need an agent to personally assess each location. Lord Vivec thinks you're the best one for that job. I hope I believe the mage seen in the ritual is Berelzar, who works out of an ancient Velothi tower. His experiments radiate energy similar to Vivec's affliction, but they're not a perfect match. Find out what he knows about the transfer of divine energy. Savage Ashlanders, like the one seen in the vision, use the area as a tribal meeting ground. These nomadic heretics deny the divinity of the tribunal and have no love for Vivec. But how they could be involved eludes me. See what you can uncover. House Redoran controls the town and nearby mines. House Halalu also has interests in the region. Rumors of a cult in the area concern me the most. I believe we saw a cultist during the ritual. Make discreet inquiries and see what you can learn. I have no idea. That's why we're sending you. I suggest you start at the inn. Secrets get spilled along with the drinks in such places. The miners may know something as well. I've heard that House Redoran has issued some kind of proclamation.
Another adventurer looking for work? Did you? Well, that's why it was posted. It's simple. Citizens tell us what they need, and we arrange for the job to be completed. You will be able to meet with the client before starting the task. They'll also have your reward, not us. Belleru Omeril and her brother Traylan will handle your assignments. Check in with them frequently to see if they have a job for you. They'll inform you what you need to accomplish and who made the request. Belleru's requests may appear straightforward, but many adventurers find them difficult to accomplish. The assortment of enemies she'll ask you to face are all powerful, and I would recommend gathering allies before heading out. Traylan handles requests which the temple has special interests in. His tasks require more subtlety, but they are by no means easy. Make sure to listen to his explanations carefully. It's also a good idea to speak to the clients beforehand. I would hope. You came to us, after all. Traylan and...
Outlanders. Who else but the ignorant savages from other lands would barge into my office and expect to be able to just speak to someone of my stature? Incredible.
Citizens hand in their request, I tell you what I know, and you take care of it. The person with the problem is usually more than willing to talk your ear off about it. The more people you can convince to help you with the job, the better. The Gold Coast Trading Company is looking for help retrieving some goods from a shipwreck. Sounds simple enough. But of course, there's a bit more to it than that. Some type of nereid. They pop up from time to time to lure ships off course. Strange, I know. She's enthralled several sailors with a song enchantment, and now no one can get close to the wreck. Volga Kelletus can tell you more. She posted the job and is currently in Vivec City. Head over to her and see what you can do.
Current events have left the temple in need of additional resources. The requests I handle are citizens whose interests best align with the goals of the temple. You'll work with these individuals to help better Vardenfell. Are you interested? This one is personal, Outlander, so listen up. I've recently been making some headway with the Zainab tribe of Ashlanders. They're more amenable than most of their kind, so I try to send them aid when possible. That's where you come in. I need you to collect Dwemer parts and tools from the ruins of Nachuleft. The Zainab tribe used to loot it for items to trade. Dredaze Hlara can tell you more. Give the items to him once you're done.
I sense you know of our plight. Have you come here to help my tribe? The Zainab tribe has worked within the ruins for generations. They were recently driven out by a band of Ashlander exiles, and do not have the skills or warriors to take it back. It is a blessing that the temple agreed to help. Before the attack, we had already gathered items for shipment. I believe these particular pieces are of great value, and I hope selling them will get my tribe back on their feet. The task may be dangerous, but it is our only chance to move on. The history of the ruins have always been a mystery to my people. I can tell you no more than our own eyes will see. You will meet with exiles when you first enter. but I doubt they have found a way to control the constructs found deeper within. Some Ashlanders farm the land, others hunt. My tribe harvested Uchulif for parts and tools of value. Through trade, we were able to make a living this way. Now that the exiles have hold of the ruins, I'm not sure what we'll do next.
Stand tall, spoil.
Work is going well.